Mr. Graves, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I want to quickly say that first, I want to thank Mr. Carl for offering the amendment. Secondly, Mr. Chairman, we've watched this administration move forward with all of their anti-American energy policies. These policies have simply resulted in us importing more energy from other countries that don't have the same standards, don't have a stringent environmental at greater risk by doing this, by forcing this tax, which, by the way, is also in the reconciliation bill. We've seen this play out. We've had expert witnesses, nonpartisan career agency officials sit in front of us and tell us that when you stop producing domestic American energy, all it does is increase your dependence upon foreign energy with less environmental standards. So I'm really struggling to understand why this administration, helped by the Democrats in Congress, would continue to greater threat to the global environment and loss of American jobs. We rep Americans. Just said these pipelines do provide habitat in addition to them being the safest way to transport energy, as proven by the National Resources, excuse me, National Resource Council. So, Mr. Chairman, I know a lot of this has been said by other members, so I don't want to repeat whatever they've covered. Just say that I think this amendment is common sense. I think that it follows the science, and I urge adoption of the amendment.
Gentleman yields. Thank you. Anyone else wish to be recognized on the amendment?
Chairman.
Who seeks recognition?
Rep. Soto.
Mr. Soto, sir, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman. I rise in support of this amendment by Representative Carl, and certainly understand to my brothers and sisters along the Gulf Coast that while we in Florida oppose in a bipartisan fashion offshore drilling on our coast, we do recognize that these structures, along with sunken ships and other structures, can be critical for the very popular sports fishing throughout our states, and I urge my colleagues to support the amendment.
Anyone else? Thank you very much. And I will now, hearing no further debate, the question is on the Graves Amendment number 2 to the bill. All those members in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 All those members opposed indicate by saying no.
No.
In the opinion of the chairs,
No.
the ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the amendment is agreed to. Representative Graves, you now have amendment designated number 3, and you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Chairman. The Nord Stream 2 pipeline, as discussed in the previous amendment, is part of this,
What is that?
I guess, overall effort that we've seen where we are carrying out contrary policies in the United States to we're effectively allowing or facilitating in other countries, and not a greater example than the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. As we watch this administration shut down the Keystone pipeline, they effectively lifted sanctions and facilitated the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, which allows for the transportation of Russian gas into Germany and throughout the European Union. Mr. Chairman, what this amendment would do is it simply says that no Nord Stream 2 gas could be used until the sanctions are in place on that pipeline. The proper sanctions that were put in place by the Trump administration but ultimately removed by the Biden administration. Now, the Biden administration did try and come back and put some additional protections in place, but effectively, as we've all seen, we're watching Vladimir Putin try and squeeze Europe, trying to get his gas with higher emissions, with higher environmental impacts all across Europe, supplying U.S. gas. So this amendment just says that you no Nord Stream 2 gas until the appropriate sanctions are in place. This goes along, unfortunately, with the theme of this administration, which is anti-U.S. energy, pro-Russia energy, which is I can't say it enough. It's just a baffling situation. So, Mr. Chairman, I urge adoption of amendment U.
Is he done? Any other members seek recognition on the amendment designated number 3?
Mr. Chairman,